Right, here is where we got to in the last video. In the last video I weld through primered that for going into the van, and I also rust treatment in there. So I'm going to go ahead and stick that where it's meant to be and tack it in for now. Right, I have this all tacked in now. This is, you can't see it there, but I can't really get in anymore with the camera. This is sitting about a 1/4 inch and 1/8 inch high, so I could chap the tub up a bit and chap this down a bit and I'll get that. Got a big gap here to fill, but it's just my bad cutting. But honestly, it's a nightmare trying to cut that out with a grinder in there anyway. And this edge should be not too bad, so I'm going to go ahead and weld that in. This tack's just a tack. This will just be seam sealed. I actually meant to drill some spot welds in it there, but I totally bloody forgot. So this may well end up a weld. There is it welded in. Like I said, I knew this weld was going to be ugly because I had such a large gap to fill. It's a bit pigeon shite up here. There's gaps, there's still a bit to weld on that. Getting into it's a bit of a bugger, so but it lines up because that's my original spot weld that I had to weld out, so go ahead and clean that up. I'll probably weld that spot weld in first and then clean that up. Back at the van again. I've not done anything for easy a week because I've been having to work to make some money to pay the bills. So the bills are paid, that's pretty much it. So I could do a wee bit to the van now. Still no money, so I'm just going to do bits like clean up the welds there. I've got some rust treatment that I'll get painted on the back and just bits and bobs like that. Before I do that though, some kitchen units have appeared in the workshop that are in the way, and Kev says that I could have them, so I'm going to shift them into that wee corner there, and that's going to be Neil's wee corner, I think. I managed to get that much rust treated before I ran out of rust treatment, so that'll do for now. It's had a couple of coats in the past and that anyway. This was just an additional, so I'll give that a wee coat of primer, and then I'll cover it with cardboard just so I could get some of my shit back in the van and out of Kev's way. Right, I've given that a coat of primer. Still drying. Yeah, that's why it looks patchy there. I'm going to cover it with cardboard just so I could get the seats and that back in, well, the front seats in, just so I could clear up some space in the workshop. Right, I've jumped back to the A-pillar again. I welded it the last time. Yeah, I welded that last time. I've cleaned some of it up with a grinder, but I can't really get in, so I'm going to finger sand it, which is a bit of a pain because my finger sander is on its way out the door. I got the seats and that loaded in the back out the way. Got some cardboard down just to protect the floor just now when that's sitting there. Bit struggling for cash just now, so I'm just getting on with jobs that are not requiring any money. If you recall, I managed to cut that fuel pipe the grinder when I was cutting out the battery tray, etc. So I managed to get a replacement from my donor vehicle. It's a 2.5, but I think it will work in. Again, thanks to John for that. I think it was only a tenner or something I got that for, so decent. So I'm going to fart about getting that in today. The first hurdle, I'm not even sure how it runs. I basically, it runs from the fuel filter back to here. This is where the fuel pump is, I think. I've got 2 screws out and the third one is rounded, so I'm going to fart about trying to get that third screw out just now. I'm struggling to get this screw out, so I'm just going to drill it out just now. Right, there's the top off at the end. That's your fuel pump there. That's the hoses I need to change, and they look like they disappear way in there. So I'm going to have to drop the tank. I'm not really quite sure to do that, but I know P-Dubs has done it before, and he's got videos of it, so I'm away to watch P-Dubs' videos on how to drop a tank just now. Right, I've watched P-Dubs' video. It's pretty much what I thought was meant to happen, taking the straps off on the bottom and stuff like that. I'm not 100% convinced I'm going to have to do that, so I'm not going to just now. What I'm going to do is, as you can see, there's like a flow and a return. I'll mark that on the hoses like he did, the flow and return, plug them, pull them out and see if I could feed the new ones in. Right, I've got them disconnected, shoved a couple of wooden plugs in the end. That's just so diesel doesn't piss everywhere when I pull them out the way. I'm going to put the cover back on temporary because those ends are open and I'm not wanting any shit getting in there. So I'll stick a couple of screws in that temporary now. Oh, it's quite hard to film at this angle. That corrugated one is the fuel line I've got to get out. So I've got a couple of cable ties to snip. And then try and pull it out in here. If it doesn't come out, I'll just have to drop this end of the tank a little bit. I think, well, getting it in might be a different story. Right, I can't get that out. I'm just pulling on the fuel lines. So I'm going to take this strap off. I'm hoping that if I just drop this the length of the bolt, it'll be enough to drop the tank. But I've already got the fuel flap side disconnected anyway. It'll be enough to drop it down the length of the bolt, which will be enough for let me pull it out, I hope. I don't want to drop this whole tank because that's just a pain in the arse, and plus I've got diesel in it. Michelle doesn't like being on camera, but I have to show you the other day because the van is on a farm and that big pile of dung there is absolutely reeking. Right, I managed to get my fuel pipe out without any problems really. There was a few clips holding it that were a bit of a pain in the arse. Here is my replacement one. As you can see, they're like same lengths pretty much. My one is from a 2.4, that one is from a 2.5. Now straight away the immediate difference is on this bit there's a T which goes to here and obviously loops back into something, so something's missing here, and then up again and feeding onto someone else. This would be at the fuel filter side and this would be at the pump side. It doesn't affect me at all.
I just have to take that T out or blanket, and then I'll just use that as a straight pipe. And then this pipe here that feeds all that will be redundant anyway. I'll probably just cut it out and pull it out, but I don't know what it was originally for, so I'm going to ask the donor vehicle guy. But you guys, if you know, it could be in the comments as well. I was toying with the idea as I could maybe use it as a fuel pickup for the night heater that I want to fit eventually, but then that's very high, so that wouldn't be very good for that. Obviously, what I'll get into your tank fairly low, I think. I don't know. So I can maybe utilise it for that anyway, but it won't stop me fitting it just now. That is where I caught it in the grinder. So it needed replaced. Right, I've got a fresh bottle of rust treatment. So I'm going to go on, get on with cleaning the floor up and then getting some rust treatment on that. And I'm also going to clean up any other rusty bits and get some rust treatment on them. Just basically prep the whole interior with rust treatment. Right, there's that bit. Sanded back. There was a few rusty scratches and stuff, so I've sanded that back as far as that and put some rust treatment on it. Basically I'm going to go around the whole van doing that.